I clearly heard the Lord say, slow down. My first speeding ticket, I have not had one for over 20 years.
Okay.
But then I remembered my friend Ann
Uh-oh.
talks about slowing down to speed up.
I am a business coach, but I also call me like an efficiency coach. There's 7 types of rest, and some of them are active rest.
Hello and welcome back to Be Life Changers. I am your host, Kathy Coates, and we are here at JT Visuals without the I because they are more than meets the eye. And I'm going to put that out right away at the beginning because I have my very good friend, my teammate who I love so very much, Ann Wisdom, back with me today. And so I know you're coming back in. We changed the lighting a little bit since we've been here last time.
Well, purple is my favorite color, so I am just all jazzed about the set. And as you know, and you talk about just upgrades and just, I talk as a business coach about continuous improvement. So just give it up for them.
I know. JT Visuals is always surprising me when I walk through the door. So I love when I come in and they've changed the setup or a little bit or the coloring scheme just a little. And I'm like, oh, wow, look, I feel so special. So it is so fun. So fun. Well, guys, I am so glad to have Ann back with us today. I had her come in today because we are kind of coming out of summer and into fall. Like I'm getting kind of stoked about that. I don't know
Yes.
about you. Like, I'm ready for a little bit of
This
cooler
100 degrees
season.
weather.
And so that kind of led up what I wanted to talk to you about today is that seasonal change and going into a new season. Does every season have to be productive to be purposeful? We want to talk about today about slowing down to speed up. And it's kind of crazy how I came about this. I had my first speeding ticket. I have not had one for over 20 years.
Okay.
And so that was no big deal. I got one. I was like, okay. And then a couple months later, I got another one.
Kathy.
I know. I'm telling my stuff. I know this is crazy, but it's going to help you. So I will tell my story
That's
if it's
right.
going to help you. All right. Well, the last one was the doozy. I don't even know where in the world it came from. I come off. I just started driving and apparently had just sped off and didn't even know what I was thinking about. Well, after that, I was like, I clearly heard the Lord say, slow down.
Slow down.
And I thought, well, yeah, I mean, I am speeding. I took it like kind of literal then, like, okay, you need to like get it together, girl. Slow down and pay attention to what's going on. But later that day, I was scrolling, just my own personal time, and I heard a motivational speaker talking about slow down because you need to slow down to speed up.
Yep.
And I was like, what? Okay. And then the next day, I met with another friend who said the same thing. But then I remembered my friend Ann
Uh-oh.
talks about slowing down to speed up. So, Ann, what does slowing down to speed up actually look like in everyday life?
Well, great question. And I am a business coach, but I also call me like an efficiency coach. So efficiency is my thing, but I do realize that you can't do everything at one time. And we talked about that different seasons. We still are in Q3. And so I do find that as the time to really like people might be hustling. All of a sudden you're going to flip the page and it's going to be December, right? And so now is the time really to slow down, to speed up. And so another catchy phrase that we'll talk about today is addition by subtraction. So it's important to habit stack and create these habits and things of that nature. But also, if you just stop doing something, that will make more time. If you figure out something maybe you want to give up or just, again, trade something out. An example of this would be, and this is going to be maybe silly, but maybe profound. We'll see. But for me, when I go on my morning walks or whatnot, I don't use a device. I don't, oftentimes I leave it in my car. So that's an example of just slowing down because we talked, the rhythms of business is what I teach, right? End of month processes, numbers, metrics, things of that nature. So we also talk about rhythms of life, right? The same thing. How are you getting your kids to school? What can you do the night before? How do you create capacity, really grocery shopping, right? All those things can add time into the day because we know that we're not going to get that 25th hour. And And
Mhm.
we know that really wouldn't help anyway. So, slowing down, evaluating is really just one of the simple ways to slow down, but addition by subtraction, stopping, pausing. For me, it was like, not another podcast, not another audiobook, right? Just inundating
Right.
yourself with stimuli, right? Just how do you intentionally slow down and pause?
I think that is right on target. I remember back in the day when I had my 5 kids getting
Mm,
ready to go back to
mm.
school. And, through the summer, you kind of, you are slowing down a little bit, even though you have these activities that you're doing, like you're going swimming or to the library and fun, museums and
Yep.
things like that, and vacation. You can get in the hustle and bustle of things that you kind of forget some of those routines that you have
Yep.
during the school year. So one of the first things I always did when we got back into school was I had little cubbies in the closets and stuff,
Mhm.
and we would like lay out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
Yeah.
Friday, and I even have their shoes there because the most frustration thing I had was children is where's your shoes? Where's your shoes?
Find
Like
the
where's your
shoes.
on the shoes? Like where's your shoes? And of course, with my daughter, we had a different set of shoes every day. It seemed like because that was just her. But that little, just that
Mm,
simple little task made the morning go so much smoother. And the times that we would forget to get it, it
mm.
would be more chaotic.
Yeah.
And so there's so many little things that we don't even think about. Yes.
Start with the simple, start with the low hanging fruit. And if
Yes.
you can even change 3 habits that can
Mhm.
save you 5 minutes apiece, that's 15 minutes, right? So
Right,
again,
exactly.
that's when you start really feeling that freedom.
Yes, yes, and you do. And so that was just a reminder, that sometimes slowing down
Mhm.
really helps us. And I know within my life right now, it just seems like I was always being pulled one way or the other or the other. And it was like, you need to slow down because my quiet time just
Mm.
didn't feel like quiet time anymore. Like
Yeah.
like you were saying in the morning, I do that too. I don't pick up my device right
Right.
away
Right.
because the second I pick it up, I know somebody's
Time's
going to
up.
need my
Mhm.
attention, and that's what's going to happen. And so whether it be that morning walk or, my devotion time in the morning, I'm still good about not picking it up, but I'm not real good about being still and quiet.
Mhm.
That's hard for me just because I guess probably my character, I'm always on the go or move. And so for me, finding time just to be still, and that is hard when you have kids.
Yeah.
And, I
Yeah.
have Gabriel. And so it always, if he wakes up and he's off his routine, then I don't get that
It's a
time in
ride.
the morning.
Mhm.
And so I found myself falling back into bad habits and then picking up my phone because he was up. And the next thing you know, and that's why I needed that reminder,
Yes.
like slow down.
Yep.
And so I think, this is your reminder. Slow down. I mean, it's okay, to have to go back and restart those
Yes.
habits again
Yes.
because it's easily taken out.
And I think it's really transitioning from the subconscious to the conscious. And that's what habit forming is. And people will say 40 days to make a habit, things of that nature. But like you said, I say start inconsistent. That's how you do it, right?
Right,
Now,
right.
don't play the whole Monday game. I'll start next Monday. Start back up when you notice the behavior, right?
Exactly.
And just get back on it. I mean, and I think we just between our minds, right? We're just so hard on ourselves. So
Mhm,
nobody else knows that you stopped for 2 days or
mhm.
whatnot, and
Right.
nobody's tallying. So just go ahead and start back up. And I mean, eventually you'll get there.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly, and I think another reminder that you need is that you're not behind. You
No.
may just be in a different
Yeah.
season. I always find it's funny how when seasons change, I find that really things change in my life too.
Yes.
And in this season, usually the end of 3rd quarter, right about September, going
Mm-hmm.
into October, I find this all of a sudden it's over halfway the year, like, the year's almost half over, like, what just happened, and all those things that you planned for at the beginning, you're looking back at, like, "Okay, I got this done, I got that, and wait, I should be here, and this should have already been done," and you start thinking you're behind, and
Right.
it can almost create a sense of panic if you're
Yes.
not careful, and then I feel that that's when that starts happening,
Mm-hmm.
you start speeding up, thinking, "If I just push it all in, it'll get done," when really, sometimes slowing it down actually helps you coast in and get more done.
We overestimate what we can get done in a day and underestimate what you can get done in a year. But Q3 is the time to slow down. This
Yes.
is the last chance that you have to really evaluate those things.
Mhm.
Do I really need to get that goal done? Can that just postpone to next year? Next year will be here before you know it.
Right.
And get that on your roadmap to really start planning for Q4 and for, I hate to say it, next year.
Oh my goodness. She did not just say next
Already,
year.
already. Because if
Already?
you're
I mean,
planning 90 days out, we're planning
yeah, yeah, it's like, "Oh my
it's
goodness."
budget season. This is really the last time, the last feasible time to really realign,
Mhm.
set your priorities, set your goals for the end of the year, knowing that we're going into that busy holiday season and really punt anything that you can't get done to
I know
next year.
exactly. I know, so that kinda brings us into that addition and subtraction thing,
Yes,
you know? So,
yes.
what is one thing listeners could subtract right now to create room for what matters?
Well, we said it, and I'm proud of both of us because we don't have our devices up there. But really, just on your app, you can go to settings and look how much phone usage you have every
Mhm,
day. And so, I don't know, set a family goal. Just set a goal, right?
mhm,
During dinner time, we put them away. Is it feasible that you put it on Do Not Disturb, turn it off? Can you
mhm.
give yourself 30 minutes in the morning? Can you give yourself 5 minutes in the morning? Can you go outside and, just take a breath before you get busy on something?
And I think that's very important for our children too. First of
Oh
all,
my.
they watch us.
Mm,
So if they see us
little
do it,
techies.
yeah, if they see us do it, because it's really hard if you're setting that goal for your children, but they don't see you do it.
Yep.
And they're wondering, why do I got to put my phone down?
Yes,
Like
all the
my
time.
gaming system all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
But when they see us set it down, that is so powerful because it makes a statement to why it's so
Focus and
important.
attention. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
and that addition and subtractions.
Yeah. So, and I think just to extrapolate on that, which we kind of touched on, but what are you doing during your day, during your night?
Mhm.
And again, just like me, giving up podcasts, right? Like just for maybe a season of time, I was just feeding myself so much information that I wasn't able to process what I was taking in and,
Mhm.
things of that nature. So, but again, that might be under phone usage as well. Car time. What are you listening to the car? Can you turn the radio off in the car? Things of that nature. That's the behavior that you can quit easily.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. I mean, just like you said, just being
Number
able
1.
to, figure out those things like where are those gaps that we could feed? What can we take away,
Yep.
to make life more productive, and that's even thoughts.
Yeah.
Like, the things that we think. Make sure you're feeding yourself positive because there's so
Yes.
much negative in the world and there's
Mhm.
so much going on, whether that be in the political realm,
Just
just
life is
life.
hard.
Life is hard. You start getting yourself down because you go in and see the grocery
Well,
bill or,
everybody's getting up early now because
yeah.
kids are back in school. I mean,
Yes,
that's
that's hard, it's
enough.
hard
It's
change and
difficult.
it's like, "Oh my gosh, I gotta get this all down." So, feed yourself with positive
Mhm.
and get those people around you that speak good and positive things because you're gonna find that that uplifts your day as
Absolutely.
well.
Yes. Focus on the good.
If someone says, "I can't slow down because everything will fall
Oof.
apart," is that sometimes a sign they need a better system, you think?
Yes. It's one of those things where it's like the person that says they can't spare 15 minutes to slow down and,
Mhm, mhm,
breathe are the people that need it the most. So, absolutely. I mean, nobody should feel alone. Nobody should feel just stressed out. We talk about stress and we talk about rest and
mhm.
just all the different types of rest. And so, yes, those are the people that need it the most. Ask for help, and it's like juggling, right? So you
Mhm.
have maybe family, work, and, just anything else, all your other commitments, right? And so it's like juggling. So if you're juggling and maybe family, you don't get to family today, right? I've had a busy work day, I had an evening commitment, then make sure that next day you're giving love to your family, right? And so again, just not dropping all the balls at one time.
Yeah, and rest doesn't always sleep.
We like this one, don't
Yes,
we?
we do. We
Yes.
like this because I know I'm always
And
the one who fights
yes,
sleep.
I wish I could recite them, but there's 7 types of rest, and some of them are active rest. And so if you are in a vocation that is using your body all
Mhm.
day, you probably want to go home and use your mind, right?
Right.
Read a book, play a mind stimulation game, something of that nature. If you're sitting behind a computer all day, we encourage you to get out and move your
Mhm.
body, right?
Right.
And so again, think about a break being stepping away from the activity and experiencing a positive emotion.
Yes.
So a lot of times when I was working at home and I did the dishes, I was like, that's a break. Nope, that's not a break. Didn't experience any positive emotion. It felt good to clean the kitchen, but that's not really a break. So we want people to step away and experience a positive emotion. Text a friend, call somebody, giggle at some pictures that you took, whatever it is. But again, that comes back to just feeding yourself with positivity.
It was, and this is one thing I really did learn from you. You've taught me many things
Sure.
over the time and, but, one thing I didn't realize was all the different types of rest. I mean, I'd
Mhm.
heard of a few,
Sure.
but when I really had got down to, you kinda listen to that there's different ways of rest. But when you really look at, "Oh, if I'm sitting, that means I need to move," or, "If I'm always talking, then I need to be quiet."
Yes.
And that was hard for me because I mean, I'm a go-getter, I talk a lot, but I started realizing, yes, I am an extrovert, but I have a point that I need to reset
Yeah.
too. And I think that's important to understand. Whatever you're doing, it's the flip side of things that we need. Like go get a massage maybe. Even sit out back with a cup of coffee and look at the
Yes.
birds. I mean, like
Yes.
things, just slow yourself down, feed yourself what you're needing. But if you're not moving a lot, like if you're in the office a lot, then you need to get out there. If your kids, when they get home, go shoot some basketball with them
Yes.
or, go for a walk. Those kinds of things help too. And when I really started feeding the other side is when I
Mhm.
really felt my energy come back. Like I felt full,
Yes.
like very full. And
Yeah.
I think that's really super important.
Well, it's interesting that we're talking about that because that almost feeds into Gabriel Gives. And just when you were talking about that, it just kind of feels
Mm.
like that is a channel that fills your cup, right?
Right. Oh,
And
yes.
so even when you started doing those activities, I could see you really blooming,
Well,
right?
yeah, well,
And
it
coming
was
to life.
it was important because at that point in time, it was a shift
Mhm.
at looking at, "Oh my goodness, I have to stop what I'm doing and go give Gabriel what he needs," versus stopping, not even stopping our business because now our stuff aligns,
Mhm.
but seeing what his true purpose
Mm.
was. Because I knew what my purpose in life was, and part of it was being his caregiver.
Right.
Part of it was being there with him, his daily life, and he was bored and he wanted to go do things. So we would go wash the car, every day. Like he loves to wash the car, guys. Like
Yeah.
that's his
Yeah.
thing. Every day we do it. And we still do those
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but that wasn't his purpose. He liked to be outside, so we go to the park,
Park.
and that was slowing me down too, so that was feeding me as well at the same time, but I still was missing it,
Mhm.
and the part was that he wanted to give,
Mhm.
and
Be a
that's when
part of
it
it.
was so sweet to see how God aligns all things, and that's how we work together, like even our friendship, us
Yeah.
coming together and working together, we align in certain spots. And then we push each other in different ways as well.
Yeah.
And so now Gabriel actually pushes me because, he's like, I want to be out there and I want to give. He does like to, be out there handing gifts to people or going, of course, he loves trying their food.
Yes. Well, we even, and I just adore Gabriel, and we even did a give back, and he was
Yes.
instrumental in helping us with the sandwiches for Ronald McDonald House.
Yes.
And so I just appreciate because I have a spirit of give back as well and
Hmm.
volunteerism. And so just partnering with that, we've got one coming up. We're going to go to the All for Moms thrift store.
Yes, that's gonna be
So,
fun.
yep,
And we're gonna
stay
start the
tuned. Yes.
ice cream session because he likes ice cream. So we've decided to go around and shout out local ice cream spots. So in fact, if you are on YouTube, go ahead and
Yeah,
comment below where your favorite ice cream
that's
shop
right.
is. We might have to go because
There's
that
a
will be
bunch of
going
them.
for a while.
Yeah.
Yes, we're gonna be doing that and have some good giveaways. Gabriel's gonna do some giveaways, so you
Stay
might want to get some
tuned.
ice cream. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that'll be fun. That'd
I
be
love that.
fun. But
But that all is part of rest. I think
yes.
if we're just behind the computer, emailing, talking to people, and again, I was in a season of just, I got a new car.
Mhm.
Wasn't necessarily planned for that. A couple other things happened. And so one day I was just like, I need to go give back. And
Mhm.
just not having it a self focus, but being focused on other people fills my cup. And I think, again, that is part of rest because when you're doing that, you are just not thinking about yourself. And honestly, it's a really great place to be.
That's so true. Because rest can be productive when it prepares you for your purpose.
That's right.
It
Yeah.
really can.
Yes.
Yes, it
Yes.
can.
That's
So
great.
that's
I like
awesome.
that.
That's awesome. Well, we kind of have a challenge for you guys. Yes,
Yes.
I said, let's do a challenge this time. I do different things sometimes when guests are on, but this time we're going to challenge you. I'm going to put my glasses on so I
Well,
don't.
even before the challenge,
Yes.
one thing that I did wanna say as well is our review preview is
Hmm.
a technique that we use a lot, and we even have a Be Life Changers journal where it has some
Yes.
guided prompts that you can use, but really just setting if you're new to this, setting 5 minutes aside to even do that little self-reflection, what went great in your day, what's on your mind for tomorrow, things of that nature, and really think about what you wanna get accomplished tomorrow, but I know you're gonna talk more in a big season type, but
Yes,
that
yes,
is a
but
daily
definitely.
challenge
Yes, and we
that you
still
can get
have those.
started.
You can purchase those.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so
great.
we'll make sure you know how to do that as well because it does help to be able to reflect every single day.
You don't
It
think you're making progress on a daily basis, but if you look
Mhm.
back over a month, you'll
Mhm.
see it.
Yep, so the life changer challenge is
Okay.
this is it. This is we're gonna like the week to
Yes,
identify.
I'm excited.
One thing is we want you to do is pause. That's gonna be the challenge. We want you to pause and then simplify and serve.
Oh,
And
I love
so
that.
I think that that is something that's very powerful. We want you to pause, simplify, and find a place to serve. And there's
Hmm,
so many places here in Kansas City where you can serve, like the Starfish Project. They're
oh,
amazing, all
amazing.
for moms. I mean, we
Yep,
could just keep going on and on and on. There are so many places you can give back.
yep,
We're getting ready to go in that season of giving.
that's
And
right.
so let us know, though, like in the comments below, send me a DM or, message me. Let me know what this did for you. But that's our challenge for you till the next time. Remember, you don't have to change the whole world. Just start with one life in front of you. Until next time, go be a life changer.